Hey guys, today we're going to be making a high protein popcorn. So with snacking, one of the biggest problems I come across in my clients and just general questions I receive, we need to address snacking. So this will be a great high fiber, high protein crunch factor snack to implement into your routine. But let's jump right into it, figure out how to make this stuff. It's really pretty simple depending on which approach you use. But yeah, let's jump in. So first things first, your popcorn. So you could use something like Orville Redenbacher's the 100 calorie bags, or really any brand, 100 calorie bags. One thing that's frustrating to me about popcorn is like when you buy these types of products, it's typically hard to figure out and calculate how many calories is actually in one bag, because it'll say, you know, unpopped versus popped, how many cups, how many servings, just kind of hard to figure out. So get one that's easy to determine how many calories are in each bag. Ideally, you want the popcorn itself to be pretty low calorie. So this is 94% fat free. Another option is just to buy popping corn or corn kernels by themselves. And then you'll take like a very small portion of coconut oil, something else we'll be using today. And since this has a high smoke point, you can cook this in high heats. It does really well for this. So we'll put a very small portion, like an 1/8 or a 1/4 of a serving here, 1/8 or 1/4 of a tablespoon. We'll melt that, add the corn in, cover it, and then you'll kind of stir this as it cooks. I cook it on high heat and it's done in like less than a minute. That's what you're looking at right here. And I also have a bag of this ready to go. To be totally honest, in terms of calories and volume, they're about the same the way these two are prepared. This is about $4 or $5 for a box. This is probably $2 or $3, maybe less. So popping it yourself is probably the most cost effective, but it doesn't really matter. Do whatever you want to do. This ingredient list is going to be longer. If that's a concern of yours, then go with, you know, just the corn. Anyway, let's jump in. So I have my popcorn ready. What you're looking at here is, and I've tried a bunch of different things, what I would encourage you to do is just play around with this and find what you like best. So what we have here is 1 tablespoon of coconut oil and then 1 tablespoon of peanut butter. So what I tried to do originally was limit the fat intake. So both of these are going to be primarily fat sources. They're pretty calorie dense, so I don't love to use a lot of fat in my protein dishes, but there's not really a way around this. And when it's done, you'll be really glad just because of the taste. It's very filling too. But anyway, so 1 tablespoon coconut oil, 1 tablespoon peanut butter. Here I've tried 1 tablespoon of coconut oil, half a tablespoon or half a serving of peanut butter, or half a tablespoon, not half serving, and then dark chocolate chunks or dark chocolate chips, so half a serving of that. So really we come out to about the same calories here, but we have a chocolatey flavor. So we have a dark chocolate. I'm gonna add a little bit of sea salt, or I've added a little bit of sea salt already. So once we have this melted down, I just did it in the microwave. You could do it on stovetop, double broiler, whatever you want to use. I just did this in the microwave. Once you have this melted down, we're just gonna pour this over our popcorn. It's out of the way. First, we're gonna add our popcorn to big Ziploc bags here. Okay, so as you can see, Orville Redenbacher's popped at home, really about the same volume. One thing with buying it like this, you can get different variations. So I have a butter flavored here, which was my bad. Probably shouldn't have got butter flavored. So I'm gonna kind of swap these and go the one I popped myself with the coconut oil and just peanut butter, because I'm gonna mix vanilla protein with that. And then we'll go dark chocolate sea salt on the buttered version. But you could go things like kettle corn if you wanna make something a little bit sweeter. One thing I like about the vanilla protein with this is it's not so heavy or dense. I guess it just has a very sweet, satisfying, but not too sweet taste, if that makes sense. Really, you can play around with any kind of like flavored protein powder, your different sources of fat here. I mean, I wouldn't recommend olive oil or anything like that, but just play around with these. The ingredients, just get the measurements right, and then you can play around with the taste all you want. So I'm just gonna pour this on. And then I'm gonna add my scoop of protein. So this is vanilla. And we're gonna shake it. One little pro tip, if if you turn it sideways, you'll see how it kind of accumulates at the bottom. So if you turn this sideways and you just keep rotating it as you shake, you won't get all the stuff that sticks down here. Once you've shaken it quite a bit, you'll probably want to kind of like massage this into your popcorn. But be careful to not go too hard, because then you'll just have like little tiny crumbles, which is kind of good for like yogurt toppings, but not so good for just popcorn. Okay, so we'll shake that up. I'll show you when it's done. I'm gonna do the other one, speed this up, and then we'll plate it and show. Okay, so if you can see this, let's focus in there. There we go. So you'll see my chocolate is still just a tad bit powdery, but the vanilla is very smooth. So, that's good. So, it could be the protein that I'm using. I use different proteins for the chocolate and the vanilla. The vanilla, every dish I've made this, or every time I've made the protein popcorn with vanilla, it's turned out great. So this is just Optimum Nutrition's gold standard. You could play around with it. I haven't tried this with any other chocolate, any other brand's chocolate, to see if it turns out better. Don't get me wrong, this chocolate to me is still very good. Vanessa didn't rate this very high. Is that vanilla?
It's really good.
How good? On a scale of 1 to 10 Vanessas, how many Vanessas would you give it?
10.
10 Vanessas. Dark chocolate sea salt.
We're going to clean my palate.
That's true.
All right.
You'll be all right.
It's good.
1 out of 10 Vanessas.
Yeah.
Yeah, 1 out of 10.
Yeah.
That's not a 1 out of 10 answer. Yeah, it's not on the 1 to 10 scale. What do you give it?
Maybe a 3.
A 3? That was my favorite. You like this one a 10 out of 10?
I like this one better, but this one's more, it's not, bitter is a harsh word, but this one's sweeter, and I like the sweet stuff.
Back to the drawing board.
You said to be honest.
Thanks for nothing. But I think it's very good. Just know, it just has a little bit of a powdery taste. But overall, this is really, really good stuff. Really satisfies, especially the chocolate for me. Satisfies that chocolate sweet tooth, and it gives you that crunchy, filling snack. I'm gonna flash some macros up here and show you the end result. Now this will change based on how much coconut oil versus this versus the chocolate you use. If you use any chocolate, the protein powders will vary just a little bit on calorie total, and you know, whether you measure accurately your popcorn and everything like that. So try this out. Let me know what you guys think, and thanks for watching. If you liked it, give me a thumbs up, share it with your friends, spread the good word, and we'll see you in the next one.